Now we're looking at hole 47. Notice the reddish andesite agglomerate, which gives way again to this quartz chlorite alteration, which hosts the mineralization, just like in hole 42. There's a short interval of non-chloritized rock where the grades drop, and then again the grades pick up again with chlorite and quartz. And in this hole, the mineralization comes to an end just before the granodiorite contact, which is in the next box, which is not shown here. This hole was drilled into the Europa structure approximately 100 meters to the south of the hole 7 intercept, and at about the same elevation. We had in this hole an intersection of 11 meters that ran 221 grams of silver. Within that, we had 6.35 meters that ran averaged 356 grams per ton, 0.4% copper, 0.4% lead, and 0.5% of zinc. Notice that the grade picks up with the increase in chlorite as well as quartz. The first assay interval ran, which is almost a meter, ran 73 grams per ton. Notice the green color from the chlorite, the quartz veining in this interval. It's hosted by andesitic pyroclastic rocks. The next interval rang the bell. It was 70 centimeters that ran 2 kilos of silver. Nearly 2% copper, 2.5% lead, 2.4% zinc. Here's a close-up of some of this high-grade material. Notice that it's approaching semi-massive sulfides. This gray, dark gray material we believe is a silver copper sulfide, stromayerite, perhaps some McKinstryite in there. Panning through this sample interval. The nearly semi-massive sulfide mineralization. See this at the tip of my finger here, and then in there. Move this label. Let things down a little bit. There we go. Notice the brecciated nature of this. And we'll get some still photos of this. The next interval, 70 centimeters, 265 grams per ton silver. Notice the brecciated vein textures here. There's a wooden block showing the depth of the hole, 332.4 meters at that point. The next interval is considerably lower. Notice that the lower in silver. Notice that the chlorite has gone away, and we're in a kind of a maroon-colored andesite, and the grade drops to 131 grams per ton of silver. Still anomalous. And then we go back into some more mineralization. Here, 182 grams of silver over 1.5 meters, with low credits in copper, a little bit of zinc as well. The grade is carried by these veins. And notice again the chlorite alteration of the andesite. Following interval, a little over a meter in length, 144 grams of silver. Nearly 0.4 copper, almost 0.5% of lead, and 0.5% of zinc. Notice the brecciation in here. And that's hole 47.